Hey guys, Garage 79R, counting down to Christmas. Hope you all are going to have a safe and happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. And nothing really new car-wise going on. Still waiting on the Highlander. I'm supposed to get that hopefully this week. They've had some parts come in that didn't fit right and blah, blah, blah. So, unfortunately, I got to miss a really good snowstorm because the Highlander was in the shop. So, I mean, the Yaris gets around the snow just fine. I get snow tires for it. Actually, I got brand new snow tires right behind me. But I wanted to take the Highlander out and go play and see how those Falcon Well Peaks do in the snow. I'm hoping there'll just be another one that comes down the road. And to go figure, the mountains, they got the most amount of snow up in Maco. It looked like they got like at least a foot. Macho, I don't know how to pronounce it. Someone told me how to pronounce it right, and I forget how it was. So, I'm actually going to do an oil change on the Yaris today. Then it's going to get the new tires put on. I did not run the last track cross. We had a little bit of health scare. My wife thought she got exposed, and the timing, we couldn't get results back in time to know for sure if she didn't have it so I could go racing. Not a big deal. I'd rather play safe than sorry. Luckily, she does not have the situation. But it was better to be safe than sorry. I don't want to be that guy to ruin it for everybody else at the track. So far, the track's been unscathed. It's been great. So we're signed up for the next one, though. Not a whole lot different. You know, I'll put my all seasons back on for that. Right now, I'm rocking my old General Arctic Max tires, or Arctic, or whatever they're called. They're great tires, but now that they're about 50% worn, they're quite noisy, and I'm not sure, you probably can hear it on the camera. And I mean, it's still put in work. I played in the snow a little bit, and they were just fine. But with snow tires, usually once they get to about 50%, just get new ones. If I didn't have like my all seasons, I would just run these out for the rest of the season and get brand new snows for the following winter. But I'd rather have, you know, fresh snow tires, especially during peak season. So I went ahead and bought these snow tires. Fired up the old credit card, and you know, I heard it scream when I entered in the info. We're gonna try these Sumitomos out. They're Sumitomo Ice Edge. We're going to see how they do. They look really nice. They feel great, you know, nice and pliable in the cold temperature. Yeah, I'm trying something different. I usually get something mid-upper tier. My snow tire experience, my first set of snow tires were the original Firestone Winter Forces. I had them on my Malibu. They were awesome. I think they were probably one of the best, like, snow tires. They definitely do well in, like, deep snow type situations. And they do all right. Yeah, they're still fine in cold temperatures and ice, but there's better ice tires out there. And we had them again on the Subaru, and they were just awesome. Unfortunately, they moved on to a different style, and from what I'm reading, people aren't liking the new Winter Forces. So following that, I had my next snow tire experience when I had my Scion, which is funny because I have a Scion in front of me right now. I had Continental like winter contacts. They're the ones that kind of had like the offset angled tread. Now this was 10 years ago. Actually, more than 10 years ago, because it was before I bought the Yaris. And they had a little bit more fuller face. They did better on ice. They did better on the road. And for the amount of driving I was doing, you know, 110 miles a day, they were really good. I was really happy with those tires. I had them on the Yaris for a while until I wore them down. Then I bought these Generals. And these Generals I've had for about 4 or 5 years. And they're great, but now they're making a new one. I don't know what they're calling it, but I'm in a little bit of a pinch. So these Sumitomos were on sale, like $61 a tire. I was like, you know what? They have really good reviews. Sumitomos are really good tires. I think they actually own Falcon, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, you know, let's give them a shot. This is not the primary snow vehicle, but I still want good snow tires on it. You know, if I'm going into deep stuff, I'm bringing out the Highlander when I have it. So we'll give them a shot. At the very least, from what I've read, they're really quiet. These generals, I sound like I'm on like mud terrains. They're humming. They weren't like that when they were new, but now that they're old and worn, they're kind of noisy. So that's about what's going on. I'm working on plans for Earl. I'm building strut bars for Terceos. So 3.1s. If any of y'all seen the videos with Floyd, I built a custom 3-point strut bar that really ties that front end together. And plus it looks cool too. I'm actually ordered the metal. I'm gonna make my first batch of them. I'm building another one for Earl, and then I got 5 more I'm building right now, and see how that goes. I know I got like 3 sold already, but just kind of put them out there, see what happens. If it takes off, then I'll build more. This will also be a shakedown to see materials and time, basically overall cost. What's it going to cost me to ship? This will be the shakedown run to see where I'm at. And so I'm excited to do that. I'm trying to keep them economical, that way most people can afford them. There's a lot of strut bars out there for Terceos, Starlets. However, a lot of them are like overpriced and they're kind of flimsy. A lot of people run, including myself, I've used to run the stock Starlet, Glanza type bar, but it's like really tinfoily. It's very thin stuff. So it's more for looks than anything, and something you can lean on when you're working on the car. It doesn't really make a difference in the front end that I've felt. But it was kind of like, well, it's better than nothing. I could probably bend it over my knee. That's how thin it is. The strut bar I'm building is out of square tubing, heavy wall, gusseted, and then also with a firewall integration, which I don't think anybody had or has offered that for any variant of these chassis, the Starlets and Tercels. So, and that's when I built that for Floyd, it really made a big difference on the way the car feels and turns in, which I didn't expect that at all. I just figured it'd just feel a little more, screwed down, but no, it really felt great. Especially if you're putting high loads into the chassis. If you're just kind of like a street cruiser, you probably won't notice it as much. So that's what I'm working on. I'm excited. Be my first kind of production run of anything out of my shop, besides little bits for my friend's business, but something that I've designed, that I built for cars I like. Here you go. Here's a product. And I'm going to work on some other things. I'm working on some Aero Mods for Earl. I've had several plans in my head. I think I got something that I want to try. I ordered a book to kind of help me learn how to measure things and measure for effectiveness. So we're going to see. Driving by the body shop now, and I don't see my Highlander, so it must be inside being finished up. I'm supposed to have it either like today or tomorrow. So a lot of rambling. This is not really a productive video. See, that's what's going on right now. About to go pull into my back alley here so I can work on the Yaris. And see you guys on the next one.